Hello and welcome everybody to the latest edition of the Jam and Cheese Show. Cheese, how are you feeling after your trip to Melbourne? Obviously not the result.
Yeah, it feels like it's been 3 weeks since we've done this last episode. I've been through a lot, but yeah, obviously wasn't the result we wanted, but that's rugby league, and to be honest, we just didn't play well. We didn't play well, and we come up against a side who, in the wet conditions or whatever conditions really, are just a resilient team, and I was part of that for years, so I know exactly what they would have gone throughout the week, and we just come up against a strong side that was prepared to win, and obviously we weren't. So
it was funny watching that game that the conditions looked terrible, but the Storm still moved the ball around a lot.
Yeah.
And they went to Walker, then they went to Keary, back to Walker, back to Keary. Like, it's easy to have that game plan and go, oh, that's what we're going to do. But then you see the conditions and go, we've got to play, wet weather football. But they just they backed themselves. And
they do a lot of training with like a soapy watered ball. Even throughout the preseason, you train and make sure that they've got like buckets next to the balls, and they just put them in and soak them around, and then they make you do skills drills. So
soapy balls.
Yeah, soapy balls. I've just soaped my balls. So, but yeah, it was just tough night in the office for us. We just didn't have that field position. The field position game, they owned it. They got through their sets, and then they had good kicks at the end of their sets, good kick line. And yeah, they kind of just limited us out of inside their 20. When we got inside their 20, it felt like it was going to be an easy day to score, but we just couldn't get in there.
Yeah.
Compiled errors and stuff like that, but that's how it is.
I know calling that game, mate, Cameron Munster, it's like he's on a different planet.
Yeah, and he is on a different planet because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's hard to read someone who's got that in their head. So, yeah, it's hard to play, against someone that doesn't even know what he's doing, let alone you're trying to figure out what he's doing. So,
yeah,
he's pretty unpredictable, and he's a smart ass the whole time as well. So, you can't really shut him up because he's just going to kick you in the teeth anyway. He's just too good.
Yeah, well, I've played against players like him. I've played against Cameron Munster where you go, right, no show and goes. Do not take a show and go off this man. But then it's like he's got the defence hypnotised.
Yeah.
He had you in a trance at points, and he just shows it, and everyone just goes, whoop. And it's like, I know I'm not supposed to do that. And then you look, and he's made a line break.
He does something with his body. He leans and looks different ways, and then his body goes the other way. It's he's a special player, but even the transition, they lost their fullback. He just seamlessly went there.
Yeah.
And just made it look that easy to play completely different position midway through the game.
He's best player in the comp right now.
Well, it'd be hard to say because he's only played a couple of games. I reckon Harry Grant's not far off the best player in the comp at the moment. Just the way he is, he's a freaking man. But as far as X Factor goes, I'd probably have to say that Munster's he's got the whole package, I guess. Yeah, and he's a larrikin as well. I think that's why we love him.
Because he's not your
typical just stiff league player. But the boys that were saying, I caught up with a few of the boys after the game. They were saying he's kind of matured a little bit. He still kept his Cameron Munster in him, but he's becoming more of a leader. And I saw bits of that last year, obviously. But yeah, it's good to see. He's growing up.
He's mate, he's such a pleasure to watch. But yeah, mate, you come back from Melbourne. How was Robinson after the game?
After the game, he kind of just said we got outplayed. I wasn't present for the reviews of the game on Friday. He said I could stay in Melbourne and hang out with my girlfriend and their family, so I kind of missed all that. But I'm so happy I did, because when you get reviewed after a game and you've lost or you've played bad or something, it's the worst feeling in the world. Just the anticipation of going in those meetings and just being told that you guys sucked. At what you love doing. It's it's not the funnest thing in the world.
No, it's not. I don't miss those days of like you finish and you go, I know that's going to come up in video.
Yeah.
Or you're personally responsible for something happening.
Yeah.
That you've maybe been told not to do, and you're like, shit.
Yeah,
they're going to
keeps you very accountable. This game, keeps you very
it does, and all the different camera angles. It's great for TV, but not so good for when you're in.
You can't lie your way out of this one.
That whoever invented the eagle camera, thanks for that. You made.
You think you're just gonna have a rest?
Yeah.
No one's gonna see, and the eagle camera literally sees it all.
Yeah, or you go back and you watch the game on the TV, and you're like, I think I might have got away with that. And then they just go, and the coaches have got access. Des used to put like extra cameras in it. What was ANZ Stadium, because he was trying to get like Bulldogs exclusive cameras.
Des sounds like a crazy coach.
He was borderline. Well, I think there is an element of psychopathy within him, like
psychopathy, cyclops.
No, I mean like a psychopath.
Like a psychopath. Yeah. I think
no, two very different things. No, psychopath.
I think there is with a
lot of them.
A lot of people that are obsessed with their positions. Like I feel like Tom Brady would be the type of guy that's just a genuine psychopath when it comes to his art or his way of, I guess, preparing for a game.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit loopy.
Thankfully for society that we have rugby league for these psychopaths to channel their nature through, and it doesn't manifest in other areas of society. Speaking of, there's actually the Dragons. They were so unlucky against the Titans. I thought they actually played really well. It was a good game of football, and our game can be so cruel at times. There's two players in particular that I thought were absolutely outstanding for their teams on the weekend, but they made errors at like key points in the game. One was Ben Hunt. I thought he was Dragons' best by a country mile, and it's
very rare that when Dragons win or play well that he's not the man of the match.
And then I could see what he was trying to do, and whether or not they kicked a field goal or not, that's not coming. But you just don't know. But he took his eye off the football and he makes the error. But he was outstanding. Same with Charlie Staines. I thought he had a great game at fullback for the Tigers. I was critical of him playing there. I thought, and I probably still do think that Laurie should be there. But Staines had a great game, and then he unfortunately just knocks on with the
something
drop.
He would have done 50 times before the game, 20 times just during the game.
The most simple things. But yeah, so on to just nice segue in. The Dragons at the moment, I think I read today, they've got they've had preliminary talks with the agents of 3 coaches. So
yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a tough one. We were speaking about it before. Like, does that mean they're going to sign a coach this year, or they wait till the end of the year?
Well, I think Ben Hunt said, like, getting rid of Griffin now is going to put the club back a number of years now. He is a very passionate supporter of Coach Griffin. Obviously, his football has improved since he came to the club. But I guess, look, I used to be part of that club. I don't know quite what the answer is. But I think it's a situation they need to resolve and resolve quickly. Yeah. Uncertainty isn't a position you want to be in. So Griffin as a coach, he's living with uncertainty. A number of players there would be living with uncertainty. Any potential targets for next year or the year after would be living with uncertainty.
What if the Dragons go on a run, make the finals? Does that mean they keep Griffin around?
It's a strange one.
It's a strange one for Griffin as well. Does he put the shoe in the rack and go, stuff this?
Yeah.
Like, you just don't want me.
Very strange. We're going to take a quick break from the show to talk about our new partner, AG1. Now, I love AG1. I've been taking them for about 6 months now. I've noticed multiple health benefits. My gut feels better. My focus is more clear. My intensity in my workouts has gone up as well. And this is all thanks to AG1. It's the one-stop solution for all your supplement needs. I love starting my day with a refreshing glass of AG1. So simple. 1 scoop in the glass, some cold water, give it a stir, or if you want to go fancy and get the shake, do that as well. But it's so easy. It takes out the guesswork with your supplement requirements. If you miss it in the morning, take it at night. I never miss a day with AG1, and I am reaping the rewards from it. And the best thing about it is it tastes great too. And you can really start to feel the benefits. Have it as a simple part of your routine, and you'll see the benefits too. So if you're looking to make positive change with your health outcomes, check out AG1. You will not be disappointed. There's 75 high-quality ingredients. Take care of all your nutritious needs every single day. It's a small habit that you start and gets big results. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So to check out this exclusive buy round listeners deal, head to athleticgreens.com/buy round. That's athleticgreens.com/buy round. Your only place to get the free 1-year supply of vitamin D from Athletic Greens plus 5 free travel packs. Make sure you check it out or click in the show notes where we'll have that link for you as well. Please don't delay and get your Athletic Greens today. Like the NRL as a whole, what a competition this year is turning out to be. I can't recall it ever being as close for so many.
It's like nearly everyone in the top 8's on 8 points. I think everyone. It's just a points differential battle at the moment. Which is pretty crazy. So you could lose this week, if Manly win, that you're out of the top 8.
Yeah.
And you could be second. You could be first, Manly win, you lose, and everyone else, you could drop from first to 10th.
Yeah, it's so tight, and I guess if it can maintain throughout the year, like what a year we're in for.
Yeah.
Whether or not, I just don't know if the players can play to that standard for so long. Origin's going to test a few teams, but it's so exciting. It really is.
It really is. I've been enjoying it very thoroughly.
And even that, mate, like, I mean, the Dolphins against the Cowboys, they were, Cowboys heavy favourites. But the biggest shock, like, you've got Brisbane, who are absolutely braining it up there at home. They play the Canberra Raiders, without a number of key players. And they come up with the victory.
That is Canberra, though. They love beating big dogs. I remember when I was at Melbourne, they always knocked us. When we were going good, they always knocked us back into sort of reality. I don't know what Ricky Stewart does there, but they could be such an incredible side. What I love about that, though, was Croker coming back. And you know what he's done for the game and how he's been as a player for Canberra. For him to get the win for that in that sort of environment, that's good. And another thing, I want to know when we're going to stop calling Redcliffe wins upsets.
Yeah.
When is that going to happen? I think we now know that they are the real deal. They've lost their starting halfback. They've lost their big number 6 Milford, and they're just getting it done. Like, Cowboys aren't slouches. So I'm just wondering when.
Yeah, maybe.
When is an upset? They're taking the bookies for a ride, Redcliffe.
Mate, you know what? You're right. Maybe it needs to, we need to give the credit. They've earned this.
Wayne Bennett must be a wizard. He must be. I think, they're just. And I know, talking to Jesse, the general feel at the club, he like loves being there.
Yeah.
Just like loves the environment. Lots of young kids getting around, make him feel younger. Like, and they just keep getting the job done somehow.
Yeah. It's remarkable what they've managed to achieve. I thought after the Dragons game, I thought the bubble had burst. I thought, oh, this is the Dolphins we're going to have to become accustomed to. I said Wayne Bennett teams don't beat themselves, but there was a couple of soft tries they conceded.
Yeah.
Jacob Little over from dummy half, Blake Laurie, barged over from dummy half. That's not Wayne Bennett teams to concede those type of tries, but they got back up, went away to Townsville after a long trip down to Wollongong and got the victory. What do you think about some of the injuries and the reactions and the inconsistencies around the adjudication of foul play? So the Marty Tapau incident with Jordan Rapiner, obviously it looks horrible. Thoughts are with Jordan Rapiner at the moment, but do you think there was a case there where they've reacted to the severity of the injury?
They just got a penalty, didn't they? Or did Marty Tapau get sent? He didn't.
No. He didn't get sent. It was Canberra got the penalty.
Yeah.
But do you even think that should have been a penalty?
Nah, it's a tough one because he does make contact with the head, but like the ref even stated it's incidental, but the careless nature, I think he said, it's like.
Do you think
how do you judge careless nature? Like, how do you judge whether there's intent or there's no intent?
Well,
there definitely wasn't intent.
No, and anyone that's played the game would know that you can play the game legitimately, and still get injured as a part of that. And I think that for me, that's one of those incidences that
the game. You're 100% going to get injured. Like.
Yeah.
Whether it's a hematoma or a bruise or a sore, like you're 100% going to get injured. Like the game is the roughest game in the world. Well, one of the roughest games in the world. Like you're not going to walk off the game without one sore part of your body.
And also, like, look, we do want to penalise incidences of foul play, but I don't think that incident was. I think that's a genuine, unintended consequence of the game happening.
Yeah.
There was no intention from Tapau, and people say, "Oh, you've got a duty of care," but I don't know if you can have duty of care and go and apply pressure like that. I think in certain situations there is that duty of care factor, but at no point in that incident can Marty Tapau.
1 minute he was up in the air, the next minute he was at his ankles. Like there's definitely an accident, and I guess because of the context of the game as well, that's why it was such a big deal. It was 3 minutes to go, down by 6, and then instead of getting the ball back, you get a penalty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think if that he got knocked out when he lost the ball.
There was blood everywhere as well.
It looked gross.
It did. A couple of hip drop tackles as well. Like, I'm not sure how or why these have become a trend these past couple of years, but what I don't like is so Jacob Preston, he was involved in an incident on Thompson for Souths. I think it was play 1, play 2 maybe. Go up the field, Tom Burgess loses the ball. The referee goes all the way back.
And he gets put in the bin for it.
I know. Well,
did Isaac Thompson get injured? Or he went back?
He stayed down.
Yeah, but he went back out there, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we know what the judiciary...
Sorry,
I think Thompson's got an ankle injury.
So did the judiciary...
Well, no, Preston's not been charged.
Really?
No charge. So at some point in that, what's happened is the bunker have clearly intervened. I don't think the referee's called that live, because if he had it done, he would have called a penalty.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't even have seen it.
Well,
So the ref...
But look, I'm a bit torn on, do we get the decision right versus the flow of the game? I just think in that instance, if the bunker go, we've seen an incident of foul play that warrants a sin bin, like Tom Burgess makes a mistake, referee blows time off, mate, call out Jacob Preston, mate. There was a hip drop tackle up there. You're on report and you're going into the bin, but don't go all the way back to award the penalty. That really pissed me off.
Oh, they awarded the penalty.
Yeah, they went all the way back.
I didn't know that.
Tom Burgess goes up Souths go up the field. I think it was Tom makes a mistake. He'll like me keep saying that. But then, they went all the way back and then awarded the penalty. For me, I was blowing up saying we can't be like rugby union. It's really starting to frustrate me now. We've seen it in
I didn't know they blew the penalty.
They've gone all the way back, and I just think as a game we're better than that. And look, the very fact that Preston's hasn't been charged, it's someone's watching in the bunker, and there's been I don't think you can make the call if you're in the bunker. If there's that degree of uncertainty where this player's not been charged, you can't be calling for the sin bin.
Yeah.
And there was an incident on...
Yeah, so he's not being charged, but the bunker decided that it was a hip drop.
Yeah.
So
if it's not...
The bunker's logic and the match review committee's logic aren't the same.
Yeah.
When they should be.
Yeah.
They should come under the same principle.
Yeah, so Dale
Finucane got 3 weeks for his...
It's clear then that the definition of hip drop needs to be... clear, and it needs to be sent to all those stakeholders that make the decision, because obviously there's a different interpretation.
There's too much black and white.
No, there's not enough.
No,
black and white.
mean too much grey.
Yeah, there's too much. Well, you're right. No, because black and white together make grey. So yeah, it's obviously there's a lack of understanding of what an actual hip drop constitutes. So I don't know. We need to fix that up. Again, the inconsistency. We see Jaden Sewer like a clear hip drop, and I'm like, oh, he's gone. And he
Did he get charged?
Did Sewer get charged, Charlie? So Sewer gets... what did he get charged with?
This is what the fans hate.
So say again?
I think he's got 2 weeks. He's put it up now.
So Jaden Sewer...
No, Jaden Sewer got a fine.
So yeah, but he's been... he's been charged, but yet he didn't get sent to the sin bin. Was penalty sufficient? And poor old Jacob Preston gets penalty, sin bin, no charge.
Yeah, see, this is where people hate it. There's no consistency. So Jaden Sewer's been fined. Why did he get fined and not suspended? Dale Finucane's been suspended. Jacob Preston's got away with it, but they all had different results.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to solve it, but I guess they're just going to have to get the bunker in and say, this is a hip drop, this is 10 in the bin worthy, or just leave the game alone and let the match review committee deal with it after. If you didn't see it live, but
then the argument to that is, if everyone was, you missed the howler, or you missed something clear and obvious. I wouldn't mind, like I say, if in the Jacob Preston incident, there's a buzzer in the ear and someone goes, mate, just don't affect the flow of the game. But again,
don't go back for the penalty. Just get him in the bin
and get it a clear understanding of what is, what isn't, what's 10 in the bin and what's not.
Yeah.
Because I think as well, unfortunately, we
they wouldn't say Tom Burgess made a runaway, got a try. They wouldn't go, sorry, you're not having that try. There was a hip drop back here. We can penalise you.
Of course. And I think, perhaps they are reacting to the injury and people staying down, which...
No one was getting suspended last year for the hip drop. They were just kind of putting it on report.
Do you think they're reacting to the injury?
Well, last year, that's what I thought. So there was someone... I can't remember the case, but someone did a hip drop and he got injured and they ended up giving that guy 4 or 5 weeks. And then someone else did a hip drop and only got a fine because the guy didn't get injured. And there was that inconsistency on, that hip drop was worse than that hip drop. But
yeah.
Is there grades in hip drops? Is that a grade 3 hip drop?
Also, we do need to be very careful because... Unfortunately, when it comes to injuries, people lie. Like I've been a victim of that.
Yeah.
A couple of Good Fridays ago, and in another life when I was playing, and I went and put pressure on Reynolds. I was wrong, but the severity of the injury played a part in my suspension because Reynolds is going to be out for like 8 weeks. Self said he was out for like 3.
Yeah,
Not that I'm still bitter about it. Or anything.
There is inconsistencies everywhere, I guess. And
Speaking of injuries, mate, a couple of big ones. Josh had a car.
Yeah. And he was going so well.
Yeah.
So well. It's tough. Like knowing him as well, he's never really gone through any major injuries. I played with him a lot of his career, and thing about him is that won't knock who he is or how he acts around the training paddock, and that's why I loved playing with him. Just every day was so much fun, but it's going to take a knock to the New South Wales.
Yeah,
I myself am a proud Queenslander, so
I reckon he was doing enough to get himself back in the team.
Yeah,
like he played so well for Australia. He was the star of the World Cup.
You just think of that combination, Latrell Mitchell and Josh Adokar. It's scary to even think about.
Yeah. It's not ideal for Fittler to have to deal with that.
I was just going through in my head, who would be the winger?
Do you reckon you bring Tupou back?
Yeah, I would. He's my team.
Tupou on one, Toto on the other.
What was Gus saying? Tom on the wing.
Tom.
No. He was saying bring Tupou back.
Yeah, I reckon Tupou.
Ellen wants Tom on the wing.
Tom to that.
Doueihi.
No, I reckon Daniel Tupou's. I reckon he's one of the most underrated players of the end. Like, unfortunately, plays at the Roosters, so there's stars everywhere that perhaps outshine him. But man, he's such a good player, man. Like, so good. He doesn't get the plaudits that he deserves because he's there. But I reckon, obviously they've got Dom Young coming in next year. Tupou's been a magnificent player for the Roosters. But a couple of other...
I think they're in talks of re-signing him, though.
Not bad. Not a bad wing combination, that is it? But to be fair, Borlo's done pretty well.
Yeah.
Like,
he's been one of our best players.
Yeah. Not a bad headache for Trent Robinson, the Roosters management, to navigate through. A couple of other bad injuries as well. You feel sorry for players when they... Like, Doueihi's done an ACL. That's his 3rd.
Yeah. It's sad. I was with the Cowboys when Telltale Moga was on his 3rd.
Yeah.
So he had just done his 3rd ACL, and I think he's done like 3 since then. And he's still trying to go.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not, and it was so innocuous. Doueihi's one where he just caught the ball and then landed. But then it's so strange, ACL, because he did it. He was down. He was getting tested, and they've made the decision to substitute him. But he walked off.
Yeah,
it's something about ACLs that you still have this.
Well, if you're in the general public, one of my best mates, his little brother done his ACL playing footy, and he didn't get an op for 16 months. He's just walking around with a torn ACL. That's what it's like for the normal public. We do injuries and we just go out there and we get them operated on straight away. But if you're in that public system, you can't just go get operations ASAP.
So if you do an ACL, you can still walk around and stuff? You just can't run?
Yeah, it's just really unstable. But you can walk around and stuff. You can do it all sweet.
Because I just saw Doueihi coming off and just thought,
my older brother done his ACL and finished a sesh at the Cowboys under-20s.
Oh, I thought you meant finish a session.
He probably did that. He would have done that as well. But yeah.
And it's devastating for him, that being his 3rd. And then Jaden Brailey as well for the Knights. That's a huge blow.
What did he do? I saw the...
ACL.
Really?
Yeah. Is that confirmed, Charlie? Yeah.
I saw the run he took before that and looked like nothing happened.
Do you reckon there's something with the fields? I think the Addo like the fields, the at Suncorp and Accor, they don't look great.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I guess a lot of people were saying about the Brookvale Oval, because a lot of the Manly players were getting injured a few years ago, but it's hard to tell. Josh's one was a pretty freak incident.
Yeah.
It's what happens when you move too quick.
Something I've never had to deal with. But
And that Brailey, has he done ACL before?
yeah.
Yeah. See, I hate that because I know I've played against him pretty much all my junior life because we're the same age, played 20s, and he's such a good player. And I think he's done an ACL Achilles.
Yeah. It's a huge loss for the Knights after they,
And they're missing serious troops as well.
Yeah. Ponga should be back. I think I read round 8, so not far away.
Those Canadian doctors, man. Jeez. Did you get to go to Canada?
No, not for concussion-related issues. It was, it's the same, mate. It's position discrimination. Like, we don't get sent to America for hamstrings.
Yeah.
We ain't going to go Canada for concussion. We just, disappointing.
Because we're not Ferraris, I guess.
No, we're not important. Anyway. Cheese, now this podcast has gone off in different tangents throughout its inception. I don't know if that's the correct word to use, but I mean...
Great movie, though.
It is a great movie. A little bit disappointed about the lack of response to some of the videos I've sent to the group chat. We spoke about the elephant versus the chicken. So I sent a video of a scorpion doing battle with 1,000 hungry cockroaches. So this is the type of research that I'm doing, pal.
I didn't even see it. Sorry.
There you go.
I don't know what's going on with my WhatsApp at the moment, but the notifications just aren't coming through.
Yeah, well. And then also I sent
who won?
They take the scorpion out at the end. Yeah.
They didn't want the scorpion to die, or
no? I think it was. They just pulled it up early. Like I wanted to see a battle to the death, but it wasn't happening. And then also an even crazier video on intelligent slime.
Is that the one? I haven't seen the video, but is that the one where they put the starch or the protein in different areas of a maize?
Yeah.
And then the fungi end up finding their way to the starch, and they find the best routes to there.
Yes. And it's a single-celled organism as well.
Yeah.
Intelligent slime. I think they use an oat.
Yeah.
And they have actually designed, or they
put the maize in a design like the Tokyo train, the rail line.
Yes, and they actually come up with smarter connections or they do it in about half an hour. Or say this intelligent slime, and it takes human beings a group of them to design these railway. What a world we live in.
Yeah, I think, is it a fungi?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? That's why you got to eat mushrooms. Make you intelligent.
I like that. I just find that sort of stuff.
I'd love to know anything else. We need better questions, guys.
Yeah, we've had some disappointing questions. One of them about the banter between the.
There was no real.
Did anyone sledge you?
Nah, no one really sledged me. It was pretty down to business. I didn't talk to anyone before the game, and then the only time I said something in one of the group chats, it was an old group chat. It was the boys that lived in Richmond, and Harry, Harry put in a thing saying he was going to breakfast at this place, and then Bronson, one of the boys that played as well, Bronson Garlick, he replied, I'm going there with my mum now, and the only thing I wrote in that group chat is, your mum's hot. I said hot as fuck, but I said your mum's hot, and then I just didn't say a word in it after that. It was the only banter, only thing I spoke to. So childish, but his mum is so hot. It's actually responsible for Garlo's pies.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, I reckon that just about wraps us up. But I reckon, don't know about the questions. Maybe we need to go send us interesting things to look at on YouTube or on the big bad.
Maybe I could
internet.
get a little quiz going for you, a little true or false quiz at the end with some interesting questions,
That'd be good.
some nice facts.
Or not facts.
Maybe you and Charlie could battle for a Yeti bottle. These things are actually unreal, you know.
What?
They just keep your coffee warm. Well, they keep it hot, to be honest. And then if there's something cold in there, but they're really good.
Little shout out to
Shout out to Yeti.
Send me a Yeti. All right. Thanks for listening to the Jam and Cheese Show. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, fellas.